Hello, I'm Ranger Jeb here at Kerr Lake State Recreation Area. We're located on Kerr Lake, which is a 50,000 acre man-made reservoir with multiple recreational opportunities. And today I'm going to show you how to get started on one of those, which is fishing. The first thing that you'll need to start fishing is a rod and reel combination. Here I have an example of an open-faced reel and a closed-faced reel. This is a Zebco 33. It's available for about $25 at any retail store with a sporting goods section. That's what we'll be using today, but there's versions of both of these available at any of those retail stores for about $10 that will do just as well. The next thing you'll need to start fishing is the tackle. We're going to be doing a basic bobber setup, so the first thing that you need is a bobber. These are available at most stores. They're cheap. They're about $1 for a whole set of them. The bobber's function is to hold the bait and the line at a certain depth. It also functions as an indicator for when a fish is biting the hook. When a fish bites it, it'll pull it below the water surface and it'll bob. The next thing that you'll need is a split shot weight. Its function is to hold the line down and the bait where the fish can see it. Finally, at the bottom of the line is the hook. The size of the hook is determined by the fish you're trying to catch, and for us, we'll be going after smaller fish such as brim and perch. Here we have the tackle attached to the line. At the very end of the line, we have the hook tied. There are many different fishing knots to use to tie hooks on, but here we just have a series of overhand knots. That'll do fine for our purposes. A few inches above the hook, we have the split shot weight, which just pinches onto the line and stays pretty well in place. Above that, we have the bobber, which clips onto the line on the top and the bottom. Once it's on the line, you can move the bobber up or down to determine how far below the water surface that the bait is. Here we have it about 2 feet above the hook, which means the bait is going to be about 2 feet below the surface of the water. All right, we're almost ready to go fishing, but before we do, we're just going to go over a few safety reminders. Whenever you're holding the rod and reel out like this, make sure you have a good hold of the end of the line. You don't want the hook swinging around where it might catch somebody. Once you're ready to go somewhere, the safest way to transport is to take the hook and to hook it onto an eyelet. Once you do that, make sure you hold it properly. One hand straight up and down. Don't hold it out. Don't hold it over your shoulder. Just straight up and down like this. And now we're ready to go fishing. So for bait today, we're going to be using night crawlers. And they have night crawlers, red worms. They all work pretty good, and they're all available anywhere you would buy any of the tackle for your rod and reel. You can probably buy a box of worms. So you'll notice in the box, they're big. Now you don't need the whole worm to fish. You just need enough for the hook. So don't feel bad for the worm. They don't have brains. And you just pop a little bit off. Take your hook and string the worm onto the hook. Be careful not to poke yourself, at least not too hard. And there you have a baited hook. All right, so now we're at the spot we want to go fishing. We chose a dock. Fish like to hang out under docks, under trees, things that hang over the water. So that's the reason we chose this spot. Now what we got to do to get ready is learn how to cast. So with the closed face like this, the main thing is this button right here. So you notice if you hit the button, it won't let any line out. And when you let the button go, it lets line out and drops in the water. So the steps to making a cast is at first, find the spot that you want the bobber and the bait to go. Press the button. You'll pull back, make sure there's nothing behind you. So you'll either go over the shoulder or sideways, and then you'll swing forward, and when you find the spot that you want the bait to go, you'll release the button. So in real time, we press the button, we bring it back, we go forward, and let it go. And it lands right where you want it to be. And you notice it's all where you're getting a hit, and you let it go. All right, you'll see him playing with it, trying to take it under, and then you set the hook, and you reel them in. So we got a little brim right here. So hold them up for you to see. Now when it comes to taking the fish off, you want to take your hand and you want to grab it, kind of like you're eating a taco. You grab it, you hold them firm, wriggle the hook, keep track of your hook. And there's our fish. So do what you want to, take a few pictures. This one right here we're not going to keep and eat, so try not to keep them out of the water too long and send them back home.